What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. In this video, we are going to be installing our UFP Edge tongue and groove ceiling and also getting to our feature mortarless stone veneer walls with the new Premier Stone by Adorn. We got the Denali color in here. It's going up. Make sure you hit subscribe. Stay tuned.
More of them, but you could use a beater block. You can put this in there and then beat that in. There we go, there we go. And then make sure you're lined up with like the top, so it looks like you might have to like come out a little bit. Yeah. And it'll be like 1.25 inch bend to cover all those cut edges. So like we have the room to play where if we're sticking out this way like 1/8 inch, it'll pop, push the metal out. Okay. So when you get this side, like if it needs to go this way like 1/8, just nail it. All right. This piece on, like we'll have a seam right here, and we have 10 footers, and I think these are like 16. Yeah, 16 footers. So we can like, we just kind of like figuring stuff out. Like, all right, we want to create some seams. We're probably gonna like, we have like these seams grouping here. We have this one here that's nice, so we'll try to get a couple like in this area, then like go back to the middle and stuff like that. But when I go get the new hose, if you want to like maybe do a couple rows by yourself if you want, or like start loading the deck up with some of the material.
All right, I'll do a little bit of each.
Yeah, that's fine. What's up, everybody? We're back. Hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. We're back to work. We're going to show you what's going on. We finally passed our electrical inspection, so now we can start throwing up this UFP Edge Lost Trail for this ceiling detail. So what I love about UFP Edge is this is just a 1x6 tongue and groove material, so it's interlocking. You have a tongue, and then the following board will have a groove. You put them in tight, and it creates a nice shiplap, nickel gap look. Another huge feature about it is it end matched, so you also have the tongue and groove on the end grain portions of the board. What that does is it allows you to install your board in the middle of two rafters. You don't have to try to split the center, because once the second board goes in, that tongue and groove will hold it in place. Another great feature about it is a little tip that you need to know. I can measure, cut this board, so let's just say it is 66 inches. I can run down and go cut it. I can install it. And get it in place, but now I have all that waste. This was a 10-foot board. I got like a 5-foot piece of waste. Nick over there can use my cut end as a starter for the next row. Now what that allows us to do, it allows us to have minimal to zero waste on this project, because every time we cut one, we can use it as a starter on the next row and so forth and so on. Great detail by UFP Edge, makes the job go pretty quick.
Man, this stuff looks beautiful. I really love this stuff. It.
What?
Heads up.
I don't get it.
Don't close your hat in. It's on the wall.
Right.
You got it. Hope everybody had a good holiday, right? What?
You know what Bill Clinton's real name is? His real name, his birth name was William Jefferson Blythe III.
That's still Bill.
Clinton wasn't his last name?
Nope.
116 and a half.
16 and a half. You got it.
You give it to me?
Nah, I got to spin it around.
No, you don't. I can spin it. We're at this decision already.
Yeah, this is way better with 3 people. You got the lights marked out where they're going?
Yeah. Give me like there's like short ones, like I think they're 10 footers. You'll figure it out.
I'm still getting acquainted. It's early, man. I need some coffee or something.
I am the most animal-friendly person. I wouldn't kill anything. But when I saw that hawk on my duck, I was like, if I had a gun, I would shoot this thing. I was so angry.
When you see that happen, you duck you said, duck!
He was
Just
already
turns
ducked.
back and goes,
He was-
I am.
It was trying
He
to
was
eat
pretty
it.
dumb.
You're not gonna
What was it trying to eat it or just
cut
kill it for a game?
I didn't ask him his intentions.
He was baked up?
It was a hawk, yeah. It was pretty
Did you go toe to toe with it?
big.
Paw the toe? Pound the toe?
Ripped it off and I threw it over the fence.
Nuh-uh. It flew away
It flew
when
away
you...
on its own as I was running towards it.
Oh no. Sorry, everyone's distracting me with the duck and the hawks and the wind turbines and all this nonsense, you know?
There's a couple hawks that fly around by my backyard. And every now and then, I count people on the count for them. Like,
It's really coming together.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks. What are you up to?
Supervising.
Ceiling's done. Onto our Adorn Stone feature wall. Trying to do like an
Is that
angelic.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah,
Was that
but
an angel singing?
yeah.
But it was just you.
It was just me. Denali. Yeehaw! I guess yeehaw?
Sure, yeah.
Sure, why not?
Hey.
We've got the dark gray color here, Denali. Premier stone, baby. And it's gonna go up on this wall. I think we're gonna do a mantle and a couple shelves and be looking good. So,
Shelves as well?
yeah, a couple floating shelves. You know, as we do.
Okay. First things first, we always know, we put our Tyvek, then our tar paper down. Now I'm just going in and I am marking the studs just because when you screw them in, you want to make sure that one of the screws goes into a stud and it's just easier if you just mark them out. So that's what I'm doing.
Good job. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you're so smart. We're doing a snake style. Starting this and then start with a full piece here because we had the last one was cut and work backwards this way. A little back and forth. Love a little back and forth.
I love an impromptu hammer. That was great, Sean. You're so smart.
Thanks so much. 5-in-1 tool, more like 6-in-1 because it's also you know what they say?
Everything has a hammer in it. Oh.
To the man that only has a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail.
That was just in the book we just read
Exactly,
for our
that's right.
podcast.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Did you know we have a podcast? Internet? We do. It's called The Hardworking Happy Hour.
Check it out.
Alright, so this product is super simple to install, but the only 2 tips that I can think of that you might come across is the flanges. Sometimes they come and they're super easy to install, but they'll be set back a little bit. All you gotta do is kind of bend it a little bit, play with it, just so you're making sure that it's sitting nice and flat against both the stone under it and also against the wall. And then another tip, this ledge right here is where the next row is going to sit. So you wanna make sure that that is perfectly flat. You can run it, you're not gonna run into too many problems, but just to take that that extra little mile, you know, to make sure that it's really good and flat and perfect. Just take a 5-in-1 tool or something similar to this and just scrape the little boogers off. That's all you gotta do.
You know they actually call that a 15-in-1 now?
45-in-1.
It could be. I
Whatever
think
it
they're
wants
really
to be.
taking some liberties with the 15-in-1.
What are the 15?
I'm not sure. No one knows. No one asks. They just put it on there. They don't have like a diagram of like all the things you can do with it.
They don't have to prove it?
No. Anyway.
Checks and balances. Can I have the blower? I'll blow it off before I put the next one on. Thank
What?
you. Thank you.
The interesting situation we have on this wall is the old rafters and the eave was right along the center of our wall almost. Not the center of our wall, but you know, about 2 feet down. We have a ridge vent on top of that roof, so we need to keep that ventilation there. So what we're gonna do is install this, which is meant for a vented soffit. We're gonna install it on our wall in that location so that as hot air escapes through the ridge vent, it's gonna pull in nice cool air. So what you wanna do, a little detail, but spraying this black, it's gonna blend in. I think it's actually gonna add like kind of a nice little texture kind of detail. I think it's gonna look cool.
Do we have this piece of wood, or this needs to go?
I'm just not thrilled with the install.
How what would be a better way? What do you think?
I mean, it just sucks because I don't think it's like Craiging it would be ideal. But you'd probably see the ovals, the pocket holes on the top.
We could do it from the bottom.
You can't
Do
because
a
the
little
stone's in the
dowel.
way.
Do the little dowel
Yeah,
plug
I
thing.
don't like that.
I don't like that either. Well, yeah, it would stick out for like 2 inches with the next piece of stone. on
Yeah,
top.
yeah, but I think like the Craig jig, like it's max. It's like when going to 1.5 inches, 3/4.
So just
I
be a
don't
tiny
know.
bit.
Sure.
So
They sell like the fillers.
like the pieces. That you
Yeah, it's
slide
like
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you got to sand it, stain it again.
Yeah.
Because when you do it on the top, you line your where the studs are, and you throw a 3-inch screw
Yeah.
right in.
Should we do that? I'm fine with that.
Let me see what it measures out to be. I think
Do you have the stain? I can at least sand it and stain it if we're not going to install it without you.
You can install it without me here.
All right, so now I'm at the point where we have to start planning for the mantle because I can't keep running the wall without thinking about how to install this mantle. So what we're gonna do is build it out of 2x material. So it's gonna be a 7-foot long mantle to accommodate a 80-inch TV, I think we decided on? 80-inch TV. So we marked out what the TV is gonna look like. We've marked out where the mantle's gonna go and kind of got a rough idea of where we thought that would, you know, work out. And it'll go from here to roughly here. And then since it's a 2x material, it's not the thickness of our stone, so we're gonna have to rip some of the stones down, but that's not a problem. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna take this piece up to the wall so that I can mark out where all the studs are. And then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna drill out the back. We're gonna drive some lags in, chop the heads off the lags, and then slide this piece onto it. Might sound a little confusing. I'll show you what I'm gonna do in 1 second. All right, so what I'm doing, center to center, and now I'm just marking the studs so I know where to drill out my holes.
Yeah, you better.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna drive these giant lags into the studs, and then once they're all in there, I'll cut the heads off. We'll drill out the board and then pump it full of glue and slide it on. And hopefully there's enough wiggle room to like make sure that everything's perfectly level. I think I've got it set up for levelness, but you know, there's just a little bit of wiggle room just in case I need it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
So now I'm gonna be sanding for forever, basically.
Forever?
Yeah, you better.
So that's gone.
Yeah, you better.
Gotta give it a little bit of love because it's really cold.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
All right, so now we're on to the point where I have to figure out the TV mount. So this is where the TV is gonna go. We're gonna put up a couple more shelves, obviously finish this wall, but you're gonna have to wait to see that until next week. Next week we're gonna get into hardscaping and we'll finish this wall and you'll see all of it all together because we're almost done. So make sure you hit subscribe, like it, follow us, do all the good things. And until next time, this is Veneer Outdoor Living.